Good morning everyone, welcome back. My name is Stuart and this is Stuart's and Stitches. Today is Sunday, the 6th of July 2025 and this is Flosstube number 31. Can you believe we're in July? July already. First 6 months of this year, I said this last week but it's still true. The first 6 months of this year has zipped past, can't believe it. But there we are, it's been a good 6 months and let's hope the next 6 months are as good as well. So, as I said, my name is Stuart and this is my channel about my stitching, primarily my stitching. I'll talk a little bit about knitting or crochet as well, any bags I might have made and any books I might have read that I think might be of interest to you. Today we're talking all about stitching, the cross stitch today, and a little bit about bags. That should keep us occupied for a wee while. To all of you who return on a weekly basis, welcome. It's so nice to spend time with you again. I do enjoy this on a Sunday, just recapping what I've been up to, sharing with you and hearing what you've been up to. To my new subscribers, welcome along. I hope you continue to enjoy what I'm sharing. And to anyone who's just stumbled across the channel, hello, have fun, enjoy. If you do like what you see, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notified when I post again. I post on a weekly basis, generally a Sunday. You'll know, everybody who's used to me will now note we're back to Sunday after last week's blip of a Saturday. But that was alright. When I woke up on Sunday I knew we had stuff to do, but I thought, I don't have to record today, it's done. So I thought, well, that's nice, that's a task in the bag. Anyway, it's always good to hear from everybody. So thank you all for your comments. I do enjoy engaging with the comments. Please do continue to comment. It's always good to hear from you. Let me know what you're stitching on while you're watching, or what you're crafting on, or whatever you might be doing while you're watching me. It's always interesting to hear. I always like seeing, especially if I see new things that I maybe haven't heard of in other Flosstubes, or haven't come across in my emails or that from the various cross stitch people who send me the emails you get for the cross stitch companies and organisations. It's always nice to find something new that I've not heard of. Instead of me scurrying off to the internet thinking, will I buy? Maybe I will. We're rabbiting already. Other ways to get in touch with me, through email, stuartsandstitches@gmail.com, and also over Instagram. I post on Instagram on a daily basis my temperature stitching in Saga, and sometimes my daily stitching as well, whatever else I might be working on that day. And it's Stuarts and Stitches on Instagram. I'll leave both these in the description box below for you as well. So today we have a full programme. Busy looking at my list, my programme notes. We have whips. We have a couple of things for the shelf of surprises. Always a joy. We have some haul. Even more of a joy. We have a bit of bag talk and some fabric that came in this week to share with you. We'll have a look at plans. What might be coming up the coming week. And that should see us through the next wee while anyway. So without further ado, let's move into whips, shall we? Whips this week. So first of all, as usual, we'll start with the temperature stitching. The description first of how I do my temperature stitching, which I'll rattle through very quickly. I got this idea from Jen, the Cafe Crafter, who I think snaffled it and tweaked it from Siski. I have 10 projects assigned to 0 to 9, and today's temperature as defined by the BBC Weather app on my phone tells me which one I'm stitching. I take whatever the high is and take the last digit of that high if it's in double digits. So today, at a quick glance, it's going to be 15, so I would take 5, which is Fall Fairy. Again, you'll see what I mean by again as we go through them this week. Single digits, I just take that digit, that tells me it's because we're in the Scottish summer, we are mostly in double digits now. Looking out the window, I'm thinking summer, really? This is summer, we're in July. Last week was dreich, to say the least. I don't think I had to water my hanging baskets last week at all. The rain was tremendous. However, having lived umpteen years in this fair country of ours, I am used to it. You take the sunshine when you get it. So, temperature stitching then, let's have a look. See where we got to. Right, let's pick up the first two. So, first out the gate we have Cardinal Ken. These are in no particular order, it just has to be what's lying beside me. So Cardinal Ken is a Plum Street piece. There we are. I've got the lights on today, so it's a bit dull. So we've got a wee bit of shine. Aye, there we go. Alright, you can see the wee birdies. So working away in that still. And this is being stitched as I grab the label. I have a label. This is being stitched on West Green Loft Yarns, 32 count linen, and it is a October Club 24 chalk. It's called, and I'm stitching this 2/1 with the called for thread, which is a mixture of overdyed and DMC. And let me just sort this out. So half the battle of these is sorting the fabric into some way of showing you it, so it actually is not quite a total fankle mess and all the rest of that good stuff. So there we are, there's where we are. So Mrs. Cardinal is nearly done now. That's what I was working on this week. So she's got her crest, her beaks in, I've got her eye to do and some wee bits round her, but in general she's there, she's balancing a leaf. So once she's finished, with some more leaves to put in and then baby up here and bring up the border and across. I mean, that sounds like it's nearly finished. I suppose it is, but I'm pleased with how it's coming on though. And the colours are coming over well. So these are the threads I'm using for this one. I'll show you them. They're nice mixture of overdyed and DMC. Well, once I get them into some kind of order, they're a bit higgledy-piggledy. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? So there's two colourways on this, and the chart is charted for two colourways. There's a sort of muted one, and I was going to say bright, but that wouldn't be true, is less muted. So the moment I think I'm doing the muted one, possibly. I'm not sure which one. Whatever the first one is, and the key. And I'll probably will do the other one. It'd be nice to have the two pillows. They are nice charts. They're nice. It's a nice chart rather, and I'm enjoying working on it. So that was Cardinal Ken. Cardinal Ken got 110 stitches this week. And that came out last Sunday when we had our, I think that was our weekly high last week. It was 22, so 2 was Cardinal Ken. Yep, that's right enough. Right, what's next? Next we have Fall Fairy, who came out quite a few times this week. We had a few 15s. I'm saying quite a few. I define few, I hear you say, 3 times. It came out 3 times this week. So Fall Fairy, that's Fall Fairy, a well-known dimension skill. Mickey Mouse is back. The lights are on. There we go, lots of reflections there, but it is what it is. Not a lot I can do about the laws of physics. I'm up in this bit here, as we all know. And this week I did a bit of the blue sky and quite a lot of the tree. That's over on the, whatever that side is, the left-hand side. Oh, it's gone all dark. Hang on. I'm going to pause while I sort this out. Right, that's better. You might see me now. I just clocked there, I'd gone all dark. So, let's have a look. So, as I was saying, before the light rudely interrupted me, or lack of light, I was working up in the blue of the sky, and then I spent quite a bit of time over on the tree on the left hand side. So, here's where we are. Oh, the light's fine. Oh, yeah, we're alright there. It's actually the contrast between the blues is very clear. So I worked along here, and a wee bit of the blue, and some of these kind of autumnal coloured leaves, and I've started bringing up the tree up here as well. So that's coming along nicely. I'm hoping to, my aim for this is to try and get this quadrant finished before I change it out. Initially when I started my temperature stitching, my idea was that I would stitch a piece 10 times, so I'd get about 1,000 stitches. So I do 100 stitches a day roughly, or until the thread runs out, or until I get fed up, whichever. But the minimum certainly is 100, and then I would switch it out, unless I feel sufficiently moved to keep it going. It's my temperature stitching, my rules. I keep saying that. Don't look at the rebel here. So this one I'll just keep going until I finish that quadrant. Cardinal Ken, I'm not sure when I'm changing that out yet. and Tommy Finland one, which we're going to be seeing shortly. I remember saying to Carl, that'll get 10 goes, and you should have seen his face. I said, it's 10 goes, and it goes. He said, I'll never be finished with 10 shots. So I thought, I'm not going to get any peace in this one, am I? So it'll stay out. It'll be a regular appearance for as long as I do my temperature stitching. Right, so that can go away until the next time it's called. So that came out 3 times, as I said. So it got, can I add up 3 lots of numbers here? 111 plus 111 is 222. Plus 112, 334 I got this week. That's a good number of stitches, actually. Very pleased with that. And I can sit there. Now, our old friend Tommy Finland came out this week as well. He came out... When did this come out? This came out on Friday when we had a 4. And he got 100 stitches. Make sure that Owl is sparing everybody's blushes. Somebody commented that they swear that Owl's eyes are getting bigger. Well, might they? Anyway, here we are. So where did I work this week? Oh, I'm behind the Owl a wee bit. I was kind of working over here. So I'm just about to finish the bottom half now. If it comes out this week, I'll probably work in this space here, I think. Get that filled in. It's coming along nicely. For a mere few colours, the detail is tremendous, actually. I'm really impressed how well this is charted. That's darkened a wee bit. There we go. I don't know how this camera does its lighting, but there we are. So that's coming on nicely. Very pleased with that. So that'll keep going. And I say I got 100 stitches on Friday when the temperature was 14 as a high. Funny, this is our highs in the summer are 14, and I hear people mentioning in theirs who are down under though, and it's chilly at 19. I'm thinking, really? Come and try up here in our summer. Right. What's next? Next is Santa's house. So Santa's house is coming along very well. This is from the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings. That's going to look like that. I've been working over in this part here. I've got, as you will see when I show you it. As I keep saying, these are deceptive. That looks like a reasonably quick stitch. Well, first of all, that's a pure fallacy in the cross stitch world. There is no such thing as a quick stitch. I just doesn't have. I always laugh when I see folk talking in Heaven and Earth Designs, but what's a quick stitch? First thing you want to say is, well, for a start, it's not a quick stitch. Oh dear, it just makes me laugh. However, there we are. You live and learn with these things. I remember I picked up about a quick stitch. I thought, oh, I might rattle through this. And I put it into my pattern keeper. I thought, no, I'm not going to rattle through this anytime soon. Anyway, this isn't a quick stitch, but it's a lovely one. I do enjoy it. So, I'm stitching this on... I'm not quite sure what that is. Calamine, I think. This is a West Greenloft Yarns 32 count. I'm doing it 2/1 with called for threads. There are a couple of over dyed. There's Plymouth Rock and something else, some kind of red. I can't remember what the red's called. Ladybug. Which are in my tin. So here we are. So I finally finished. That side. Finally finished the grey, which is the Plymouth Rock on the roof there. So that's all done. So all I've got left now, really, for the rest of the design is there's a sleigh goes in down here, and then it's all the snowflakes that fill in where the spaces are here and all round, just to fill it in and finish it off. So temperature stitching is great. It really does. For me, it really works. I mean, 100 stitches or so a day. When you pull a piece out, and you get great progress. When I picked this up, I was only about up to there, and this lamp post was only up to about there. So I've done all of this, which is great. I mean, it's taken a few months, depending on when it gets called. That it's just random by the weather, but nonetheless, I wouldn't have got that done this year probably otherwise. So very pleased. And that got, where did that come out? Santa, where's Santa? That came out on Sunday. 136 that got on Sunday, just because I wanted to get that roof finished. So there we are. The deer in this are very cute at the bottom, aren't they? I do like them. So that was that one. Right. I haven't covered all the days. I missed out when talking about Wednesday. So Wednesday was 16, which is 6, which is Supernatural. I did not stitch on Supernatural. However, what I did do, if you will remember, I had mentioned that I had got to the bottom on both sides of the border, and I'd been running my needle through across just to check that it lined up, and I couldn't get it to line up, which I couldn't work out. Is this just because I had a wobbly needle when I was running it across the fabric, or have I actually made an error? So I decided the next time it gets called, I won't stitch in it. I will identify and confirm one way or the other, is this right or wrong? Well, we have identified, and sadly, it is wrong. There's stray needles floating around here everywhere from when I was playing around. But I have found exactly where it is wrong. Hang on, let me just lose these needles to a needle minder. There we go. And what I'm not going to show you where it's wrong because it's not noticeable. I'm going to fudge it, I think, and I don't think anybody will know. It's out by half. I'm doing this on linen, 32 count XG design, I think it is, and it is out by one thread, half a stitch. Somewhere on it up at the top, I didn't count up far enough when I was moving on to onto a section of it. I'm deliberately not saying where it is. I should have counted up 2 threads and I counted up 1. Hence, the one side of this piece is out by 1 thread. So what I'm going to do is unpick a little bit towards the bottom and compensate somehow or other for that error in such a way that I don't think it will be visible. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to do that yet, but it will happen. Because the other thing, Carl says, why not just take it all back or just restart it? Well, if looks could kill, that border goes on forever. But you get a chance, because it's out of the frame, you get a chance to see it. So I don't think you've ever seen the top of this. I love that. I love that script, that font for Supernatural. And as you can see, it's quite a border. So there's no way I'm ripping that back. Always forward. So somewhere on one side there will be a tweak and a fudge. So nobody will ever know because the top line of the inner border at the bottom is straight. So I can't fudge anything on that, so I have to fudge before there. It'll work. I will make it work. And because the inside this and the motifs inside are boxed, there's none of them, it's not like a rigid 3-3-3. They're different sizes, heights, widths, so they don't need to deliberately line up with anything at the side. And so unless somebody knows the pattern intimately, they will never know. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. So once I've worked out what I'm going to do with that, how I'm going to make that fudge, and I've got a couple of ideas in my head. I just have to sit and look at the piece. The next time it comes out, I'll do that fudge, and then it's ready to go again. But I'm not unpicking a whole. I need to unpick a whole side to sort it, and there's no way in this earth that's happening. And nor am I restarting it. I mean, I don't mind borders in general, but it's taken me this long to get this border finished, and I started this years ago when the SAL came out. So I'm sure you will understand where I'm coming from on that. Any other ideas on that, please let me know. Always open to suggestions. Always open to hear them. Right, what else has Stuart worked on this week? He did Saga. So, the Saga behind Saga. See what I did there? Saga behind Saga is, I am taking part in Andrew, the Runner Stitcher's Whip into Shape challenge. Andrew is training for a marathon, and it's not just any marathon. That boy has revealed now where his marathon is taking place. Well, it's never in America. The boy's off to Australia. Sydney Marathon in August. It's, aye. Takes a marathon to get you to Australia. Yeah, well, that's never going to happen for me, obviously. If I go to Australia, there'll be no running involved in that trip. But good on you, Andrew. I'm sure you'll do well. So as part of Andrew's training schedule, he is training religiously on a daily basis. I think he has a couple of rest days a week and staggering them through the week quite wisely. But on his training days, he has a spreadsheet where he records what he's running that day and how long he has run for that day. And the general basis for the challenge is that you will pick a whip that you want to whip into shape, and for every mile Andrew runs, you will stitch 10 stitches on that whip, or if you don't count your stitches, you can stitch for the amount of time it takes him to run that session a day. So if he does a 3 mile run, it's 30. I think it was his first long run. He did 17 miles. So 170 stitches it would have been for whoever was, if you were doing it that way, or however long that took to run. I can't remember how many hours that was. And he has a running total at the side as well, so if you just want to do it weekly to catch up, then you would do your number of stitches per week or number of hours per week. Me, 10 stitches wasn't floating my boat. I thought, no, I don't get out of bed for 10 stitches. So I figured I'd just do 100 for every day that he runs. I'd do 100 stitches into Saga. And I have seen great progress in Saga, and I'm really, really pleased with how it's coming along. Saga is from Long Dog Samplers. It's one of their biggest pieces. Excuse me while I turn round. I should have the picture off. Oh, I'll get it off my tablet actually. Hang on. Right. Pattern Keeper. Mock up. There we go. There's where I'm in this arch down here. Well, I was. There we go. Yes, I'm in the arch with the donkey and doggy. Or doggies. I'm making great progress on that. Where are we on this anyway now? So I'm just over 7% I've reached now on this, 7,000 odd stitches. And I'm stitching this with a Silks For You PRO34, a nice red. And this has been stitched on a 32 count country mocha linen. And here's where we are. There's a thread hanging there for the next for when I pick it up next, which I think is tomorrow. I think today's got as a rest day. So this week, what did I do this week? Finished off up here. This is the first half of the first segment of this arch. This will come back down, then it kind of goes round again to come down here somewhere. Oh no, that part's alright at this bit. This is the bit that comes down. This will come down with more birds looking the other way down there. And then I started filling in up here as well. I love the intricate detail that's coming through now. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I do like it. Come on, focus. There we go. The Jules detail in these charts is something else. If you want a Long Dog sampler fix, by the way, Crafty Emily did a whip parade this week of Long Dog samplers because she's planning to do a Long Dog year next year. And oh my, what beauties there are to behold. A couple of finishes she's got. One that's framed up in the wall in her hall, which is stunning. And then all her whips and her plans for next year. Wow. You will love it. I did. I thought it was tremendous. I've only got one Long Dog in the go at the moment, but I feel that's going to be changing. I've got some of the peccadillos that I quite fancy trying because I've got a whole dose of silks that I have nothing to do with. And these are ideal. And I can mix and match colours and all sorts of goodies, which I think will be quite fun. So I'll link Emily's below. Go and have a look. And be amazed by these lovely Long Dogs that she's doing. Anyway, that's my one. That comes out every day when Andrew's running, so it's generally 5 days a week. It gets 100 odd stitches, and it is lovely. Thoroughly enjoying that one. Andrew, thank you, as I've said before, for starting that, and good luck with the training. And Sydney, what can I say? Sydney. Alright, okay, so what else has Stuart been working on, as I keep saying? I'm so glad you asked. So, as you will recall, maybe from last week, I was working on Nora Corbett letters from Mermaids for a Christmas present for the wee lassie living next door. One day it will look like that. When it's finished, I'm going to turn it into a wee cushion. And I'm stitching this on a piece of jodery fabric. And it's all over dyed threads, which is unusual for Nora Corbett's. I hadn't encountered that before with Nora. Well, to me it's unusual. This may be a common thing to those of you who have stitched more of these ones. This is from Mermaids. We've got hanging threads going on here. Hang on a second, just let's sort this out. You can go up there. Right, it's an opalescence. There's a wee bit of sparkle, maybe. Hopefully it'll come through. And here's where we got to. Stitching this up until last Sunday night, I think. So I've just been working up here, bringing up the back of the E. So this is 32 count, and it's coming on very nicely. I'm very pleased. So there you are. The gaps will be for beads, oddly enough. And there's a wee mermaid beginning to... What way is she going? That's her tail, I think, coming up there, aye. Because she'll be up facing that way. So, there we are. On this one, there's a backstitch border all the way around. Now, I said before, for Supernatural, I don't mind borders, but a backstitch border, where's the fun in that? Oops, I dropped something. Right, so, let me show what I mean. See this? This here. That's just backstitch all the way around. These corners themselves are stitched and there's beads in them. So I'll definitely stitch those up. I'm thinking I might not bother and just use that as like the frame and not bother with that backstitch border because I'm going to turn it into a cushion. And best one in the world, nothing's ever going to be straight in that cushion with that border on it, is it? So I think that backstitch border might not get backstitched at all. It might just not be there. We'll just have the 4 corner posts, I think. Again, what do you think? Does it make sense? Does it sound good? Does it sound, no, Stuart, keep that border in? Happy to hear the comments. So that was that one. And the other big piece I started this week, excuse me a second while I pick up what dropped. There you go. You saw the bald head. To think years ago I used to have a good crown of hair. I think I told you that story before about the knit nurse. My mother was a hairdresser in the village where we lived, and the knit nurse went, in those days when I was a kid, I don't know if you still get these days, the knit nurse came around to schools looking for lice in your heads. Ugh, nasty, nasty. Fortunately I never had any, but I had a head of hair that was like a wire. It was just like a wire brush, and she was struggling to get her comb through it. She used to say to my mum, she says, "What does it you do to Stuart's hair? I can't get a comb through that." Well, look, none, not a problem now. Anyway, digressions. What brought that on? Oh, aye, because I bent down to pick someone up. Dear me. Right. So, we had a new start this week. I love a new start, don't we all? This I started with Ellie Welly Stitcher, Elaine, over in another channel, Flosstube. I'll link her below. Please give her a watch. She does some lovely stuff, good variety pieces. Some full coverage, samplers, all sorts of goodies going on there. Lots of inspiration for buying. I have fallen victim to her before. There's a couple of drawn thread kits that came through the letterbox one day. I think there's a pink house arrived one day, Elaine. You'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I had talked about buying Away We Ride from Blackbird Designs, and it came, and the threads have arrived. And Elaine got in touch with me and said, I've got that, do you fancy starting with me? I said, aye, why not? So we did. We started this on the 1st of July. We have a hashtag for it called Away with the Witches, I think it is. If I remember, I'll type it below somewhere so you can see that for Instagram purposes. And we started on Tuesday, and we started in different places. Elaine starting in the house in the middle, I started at the bottom in the border. So this is what the design will look like. It's a well-known one, and I love it. And I'm really enjoying stitching this. So the verse or the word is say, "Away we ride till it's darkest pitch to find the home of the wicked witch." I'm stitching this in a piece of 25 count, sorry, not 28 count fabric from Sparkly's. It's one of the Fabric of the Month specials from July, August last year. It's lovely. And here's where we are. So I'm very pleased with my progress. So I've got all this finished along the bottom, these lovely acorns. And coming up the sides, and I've got the bottom words in. Very pleased with how that is. So that's been stitched 2 over 2 on 28 count. And I'm using the Gentle Arts threads. It's Gentle Arts samplers and shaker threads. I'll show you those in a second. I know you like seeing them. But I'm really pleased how that's turned out. The threads are reasonably variegated, but there's enough. When they come to the dark part on they are fairly similar for Onyx and Garden Gate, which is the 2 colours I've used so far. There's only 2 colours in this at the moment. I mean, there's a whole raft of colours, but at the moment where I am, there's only been 2 colours used. But it's lovely. I'm very pleased with the start of this. I'm really enjoying it. And I love this fabric. I loved it so much I got in touch with Kate and said, can I get a fat half of that, please? So I've now got that in order. I have no idea what else I'll do in it, but it's such a nice fabric, I want more. Just call me Oliver. So very pleased how that's coming along. This is the threads, so it's Gentle Art Sampler threads and Gentle Art Simply Shaker as well. Simply Shaker. So there we are. Nice set of colours. So really enjoying this. You'll see Elaine's progress on her Instagram as well, and I think she'll probably post it whenever she does her next Flosstube. I hope she does. I'd like to see it as well. So one more look. So I'm very happy with that. I do like it. So that is this week's stitching. That's not a bad week's progress, I feel. Quite happy with that. Let me just put that back in the queue snack because that'll probably work on again later today, I think. Yeah. Right. Oops. What's happened here? Local difficulty. Something's stuck. There we go. Right. So you can just sit there and hang and dangle. It's all dangle of the dangle, as they say. Right, what do we have next? Oh, I have all sorts of things scattered around me. It's all sorts of joy. Right, Shelf of Surprises is next. So you'll remember from the good old days when we started this nearly a year ago now. Good grief, who'd have thunk? How to conjugate the verb think. Yes, that would not have got past my English teacher. Right, yes, we had the cupboard of doom when we went through all the project bags that I have in my crates in the cupboard just to see what was in them. Remind me, some nice wee surprises going on there and to let you see what all sorts of things Stuart has in his stash. Lots was the answer to that question. So we then have now moved on to the Shelf of Surprises, and boy, is that proven to be a shelf of surprises. There's stuff there I forgot. I thought I knew everything I had. No, it's great fun. And there's stuff kitted up as well, which is tremendous. So, hold 2 off. Obviously, at some point in the past few years, I went through a Nora Corbett Mirabilia phase. Because everything I've been showing you the past 2 or 3 weeks has been Nora Miras. And today is no different. So, let's see. Right. First off that, we have... So, Gillian, you'll recognise this if you're watching. Gillian's one of my friends who comes to the Scottish Stitching Retreat. And she's been working on, I think she was nearly finished, to be honest. So this is Raven Queen. I love this design. I love it so much I haven't started it yet. She's gorgeous, though. Stunning. And there's everything gothic there that I absolutely love. So, and we have the beads. My favourite supplier. Talk more about them in a wee while. Arts and Designs. And some nice water lilies. So I think there's only one water lily in this. Oh no, there's 2. Oh no, there are more. Oh, there might be another one if I hunt hard. Oh, there's more in the bag. I'm looking at this thinking there's 3 there. Why am I only holding 1? Why am I only holding 2 now? Because there's more in the bag or in the envelope. Hang on. Hold that thought. Right, here we go. Dear me. You think I would know what I'm doing by now, wouldn't you? So there's a nice water lilies. How they go with it. I do like Cardinal water lily silks. There's a black fuzzy thing. You think I'd gone and stripped Violet's fur for this, wouldn't you? And some nice Krennic spools. So, apart from the DMC, and I have a master set, Stuart get tore into that master set to rip that band-aid off. We're good to go in that. I just need to find some nice fabric, and I don't think I'll be struggling for fabric for this. Well, there's more Krennic in the box in the envelope as well. There's 2 more spools, so I might as well show you the lot. Here we are. Let's just get these lined up. Oh, these are when the Krennic spools were a bit thinner. And as you'll see now, I'll show you something else in a wee while, they're no longer spools. There we go. Lovely. So they can go back in there. So that's good to know I've got all of that. As does best plastic wallets. Or for my American friends, Walmart, I think it would be in your part of the world. Although we do have a big Walmart here in Livingston, just 10 miles along the M8 from me. There's a huge, what we all lovingly refer to as Asda, but it is actually a Walmart, I think. Right, so there was that one. And then the next one, that was a Mirabilia, it was a biggie. This is a Nora Corbett. And, oh, it's all kitted up. Kitted up. And not started. What is it? The excitement. The excitement mounts. I feel like a drum roll coming on. But calm ourselves, I think. I'll just gradually put. Oh, you can get fabric. No, I don't know if I'll use that for it. I don't even know what count it is. 32 count star sapphire Witchelt. Rough is. Oh, well, just rough, I think is the word. Hang on, I'm going to get the chart out. Here we go. You can do it, Stuart, you can do it. There. Right, and then there's the other goodies as well, so we'll come to those in a minute. So, what is the chart? What's it called? This is one of the holiday villages houses, the Victorian house. So I've done Mr. Darby's cottage. I think I did that a wee while ago. I showed you that as a finish, which was now nothing else done to it. So I think this is in the same series. I do like these. I like architecture. So that's what that will look like one day. There's lots of fancy stuff going on. Where are we? Here's the embellishment pack is something else, but oh, there's a charm in it as well. There's a treasure. Again from Arts and Designs. So we have where did that treasure go there? The treasure's just here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's how even half moon. There is take it from me, there's a half moon line in there somewhere. And we have threads. And there's a nice, I've got all the DMC threads in there for it, and there's a nice Cardinal water lily as well. And there's some Krennic sparkle, which is 032 by the look of it. It is 032. There's a silver high luster, and there's a dark green sparkly thing going on as well. So that's that. That's good to have. I don't know if I'll stitch it on that fabric. I might find someone else for it. I think I was buying those before I started building up my stash of overdyed fabric. Now that I've got that nice stash of overdyed fabrics, why not use it? As they say. So that was the shelf of surprises this week, and that was nice. I liked seeing that. Where am I going to stitch? When am I going to start stitching all these? I haven't touched my full coverages for a long time either, and I'm beginning to miss them. However, they'll be there. They're not running away anywhere. And Heaven and Earth Designs have got a sale on as well, which I've had a quick glance, and then told myself, Stuart, you do not need another full coverage in your life. whether I'm going to listen to myself or not is another story. Excuse me. But that sale runs on until, I think it's Tuesday, the 8th. So there's still time for me to fall down another rabbit hole. Right, what else came in this week? Let's just haul things over. So, carefully grabbing. Yep, we're all good, nothing's falling. So, my Silks for You quarterly seasonal threads came in. I've kept going with this year. A nice organza bag. And we have some lovely colours going on. And a needle minder. So let me show you what came. Right, so we've got a nice something. Pink, maybe. Oh, that's a cute needle minder. This is called the Silks for You 4 Seasons pack. This will be the summer one. June 2025, so yes, summer. Well, our summer. Silks for You are Aussie, so would that be their winter maybe? Although the colours aren't particularly wintry, so... Anyway, nice, lovely wee needle minder. These needle minders are great, they're quite strong, which I like. We then have a lovely green, slight variegation going on there. These are tremendous value, by the way. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeins of 45 metres each. So that's 270 metres of silk in the most beautiful colours. A lovely variegated thing. I think that's great fun. Nice purpley, purple blue, almost royal blue actually. And something similar. And a lovely, lovely kind of purple. Does that make sense? So all together, let's see if I can get these into something. Oh, and the numbers are in the back as well. For if anybody's interested in knowing any numbers from these, just drop me a note and I can see what I can do. So all together, it looks like that. So, and I think they all play well together, to be honest. I think they'll be fun in something. So that arrived. That was very nice. Very happy with that. I have misplaced. How can one misplace a bag of silks? All my silks from Silks for You are in a bag. And I want to work through them and try and sort of grade them by colour family. And I went looking for it. And I still haven't found it. It's up here somewhere. It's not in this room. So it's either in the cupboard of doom. I'm not quite sure why it would be in there. Or it's in the sewing room hiding. Lurking behind something. Which is very possible. Next one that came in, this is from Fabrics by Crafty Kate. I take a monthly piece from Kate, a fat quarter of 28 count opalescent even weave, by the look of this. And this is the May piece. June piece I think is coming out soon. And I've just coughed up the spondoolies for the July piece. Our fabric is lovely, I do like it. So here we are, a nice sparkly, greeny, bluey sort of thing. There's all sorts of hints of things going on there. So I think that's very nice. That'll go into the collection until I find something that I'm going to stitch on it. I have discovered a liking for opalescent fabric. I used not to be so keen on opalescent, but that has changed and I'm very into it now. So there was those. The next piece is the latest Mirabilia, which I've just taken the photo of onto the chart. So this is Lady M. Makes me laugh because I've just been watching on Netflix. I've been watching Victoria, and in the first series, she's guided and in danger of falling for Lord M, played by Rufus Sewell. And it just kind of reminded me that when I said Lady M. That is a tremendous series, by the way, Victoria. I'm loving it. I'm on the 3rd series now, so I suspect it's going to be very sad very soon when Albert quits this mortal realm. However, we digress. So this is the 200th anniversary piece, Portrait of Lady M. When this came out, this is kind of getting back to Nora's more traditional style that I absolutely love for our fancy ladies. I got in touch with Anne at Arts and Design, said, can you put aside for me, as they come in, the embellishment pack, the chart, any fancy threads and metallics that are needed? And Anne very kindly did exactly that and kept me posted. She told me the embellishment pack had arrived and she was just waiting for the chart. The chart came in last week, so she messaged me, I think it was Monday, she messaged me in the morning. I asked her to invoice me, I paid that, and it landed in my doormat the following day. I was over the moon. There we are. That's what she looks like. If you're a Mira fan, you'll know what this one is. You'll have seen it already. So I think that's going to be fun. We have 3 Cranics. This is what I meant by Cranics being no longer in the spools now. They've been taken over by Rainbow Gallery. So they now come in the cards. So that's the Cranics that are needed. They are 009, 9194 and our old friend 032. And we have, as usual, a nice embellishment pack. There we go. So Anne, thank you for sorting me out for that. I'm very pleased when all that arrived. So I need to find a bag to keep that in somewhere. Let's put that there just now. That's going to fall. No. And then I indulged myself in the Canny Little Fox's sale of bags and project portfolios and goodies that she has on at the start of each month. I got myself a project portfolio. No, a multi-bag. Sorry, not a portfolio, but a multi-bag I got. So lovely fab. I do like that fabric. And in spaceships or space. I was going to say space rockets. We all know what space rockets are in this household, don't we? Outer space planets and all that good stuff. And then when you open it up, nice glittery fabrics. And we have 6 pockets. So we've got these 2 here, top opening, 2 at the sides that are the kind of traditional one there. And then behind these, there's pockets as well. So I can keep all sorts in this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pockets in that thing. That thing. How disrespectful of me. This lovely, lovely bag. Or this multi-bag, multi-pocket. I do like it. Very pleased with that. So that came this week. Now, I think I'm going to try and... I should be able to actually, now that I see how this is made, I should be able to make some of these for myself. Because you know the one I did in Calico, that which is basically the inside, what the end pocket. I haven't done the bits that stick out in the middle here. These ones are top zipped. They are not beyond the realms of possibility for me to do. I think we shall see. So happy with that. That was a lovely haul. I seem very pleased. We're not finished yet. There's more stuff to come. As you all know, I like making a bag. And thank you to a couple of people this week got in touch with me asking me to make some bags for them. 3 people actually. Just one lady I haven't started hers yet. That's today's project, will be to start those. But the other 2 have been done. One is away in the post and one will go away tomorrow. And I will put pictures, if I remember. I shall insert a couple of pictures here to show you what I was up to. And more bag fabric arrived. Catherine, you like this, I think. So, you'll remember I mentioned some peacock fabric. Well, I found it. I think somebody else had told me about Oh So Crafty, so I found it on the Oh So Crafty. I've got 2 lots, 2 meters of this. 1 meter each in different colourways, and it is gorgeous. Oh, wait till you see this beauty. So, I love this. It's so busy, so vibrant. I'm delighted with that one. That was one colourway. I think that was blues or teals or something like that. And then we have it again in a more sort of red and green. Where are we? Let's get this sorted right. This is like showing fabric for your stitching. Here we go. That's better. What's that? What does that? There we are. Make sure we've got it oriented the right way. So there we go. Aren't they lovely? I'll just show you them next to each other as well. So I'm just showing off fabric here. But these are made lovely bags. For me as well. I want a bag out of this lot for myself as well. I'm very happy with those. And then there's one more piece of fabric to show you. Let me just fold this up. It's nice fabric, well, it feels nice. I think this is Nutex. Here's my selvage. Is it Nutex? Doesn't say in the selvage. But it is nice, whatever it is, I do like it. Happy days, happy days. Very pleased that popped through the letterbox at the end of the week. And then some dragons. So this is another fun one. Isn't that nice? I've got a Teresa Wentzler chart, Celestial Dragon, I think it is, which I really must start one day. And if I did, this is the bag. This is the kind of bag it would need to go in, I feel. So there was that. And I also made a bag for myself. And slightly different from what I normally do for a bag. So here is the bag in question. I normally wouldn't go for American Patriotic fabric, but it was sheer happenstance that I have this. I won't go into the story behind it. But it's by chance that I have this. But it's, the fabric, this is lovely fabric. This is from Nicola Hands Across the Sea. It's one of our bag panels. And the quality is it's very heavy fabric. My sewing machine was challenged, shall we say. It now has a denim needle. I'd never had a denim needle before. And that goes through the fabric very well. So it's fine. So that came out well. What's new in this for me, well, it's not new, so that's a technique I've done before, is the binding. There's binding now. Normally I turn my bags through. I bag them out, as they say. So, but this is done. You can do that with these as well, or you just lose about, I think, 1/4 inch either side in the seam allowance. But or you can. The panel comes with a couple of strips for binding it. I attached it on the front, sewed it, flipped it over, and then hand stitched it down on the back with a ladder stitch, so you can't see it. I'm very pleased with it. I love the feel of it. Well, it's tremendous. That's when a wee ride comes off the frame, it'll probably live in here till it's finished. And inside as well, it's more fabric. So there's that one, and then there's the white one. So I'm very pleased with that. So that was, I think I finished that. I was sitting out was it last Sunday? I sat out in the garden and finished stitching stitching down the binding. Sat in the garden, did that, because it's quite a nice thing to do outside. Right, so that's just about it this week. It's not bad, not bad. Where are we? 53 minutes. Par for the course, as they say, par for the course. So, plans for the coming week. So I think I'll probably spend a couple of day or two on a wee ride. So it'd be quite nice if I could just about finish. The chart is spread over, well, okay. If you imagine that opened out like that, I can't open it out because there's a chart in the back. Then there's a few lines of the chart on the back, and then that's kind of a page and a half on the inside. So I thought if I can try and finish off what's on the back before I put it away, that might be ambitious in a couple of days, we'll see. And then that's it, I got a cracking good start. And I sense my October stitching is sorted. I sense my October stitching is going to be busy. We shall see. But anyway, we'll keep going with that, and then I think I really must put back up Illyri's one, the Mermaid E, probably. I really must make more progress now if I want to turn that into something for Christmas. And I've still to start her mother's book cushion, the Pintini chart, one more chapter, and other lies I tell myself, inspired by Jen stitching it and her mother making a fabulous finish for her, which I am totally going to replicate, plagiarise, steal, and emulate, and all those good things. Right, what else is there? What else am I doing this week? Well, what do we have in the dance card this week? Started July. In next door tonight for some cheese and wine, which we haven't, because I was on my very strict diet for the first 5 months of the year. Pam and I haven't had a chance to do that, so we're indulging in that tonight for a wee while, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be nice. And then we're entertaining friends to dinner next Saturday night. That'll keep me occupied on Saturday and prepped up for that. I say dinner, that sounds very grandiose. It's not. A spag ball plus whatever pudding I decide to concoct. However, all made by my own fair hands. Or Carl's if I get him to do the pudding, we'll see. And other than that, just be stitching as usual. I don't think there's anything else coming up this week. I'm trying to picture the downstairs calendar in my head. You think my stitching's naughty? You should see the calendar downstairs in the kitchen, by the way. Carl picks that each year. And then on the 1st of January, it appears on the wall in the kitchen, and I look and think, oh, aye, hello. I'll leave that one to your imagination. So, yep, I think that's it for this week. So thank you for spending time with me. As I say, I do enjoy this, recapping what's going on the previous week and having a look to see what might be happening in the coming week. Please do get in touch, leave comments below, tell me what you've been working on. If, as usual, you're interested in buying a bag from me, drop me an email or Instagram and we can talk fabric and have a wee chat about prices and what I can do for you. And it's always good to hear from everybody for whatever purpose. Love it. An email drops in a box and I'll get a message or a comment on Instagram. It always cheers me up, cheers me up. I'm always cheery generally. I've got a very cheerful outlook on life. I'm very lucky. Thank goodness. Touch wood. But it's always good to engage and hear from you, so please do keep that up. And I think that's it now. I'm beginning to rabbit, so we'll stop. Yes, I always do a wee bit of rabbiting somewhere or other along the way. So, until next week, my friends, happy stitching. Bye.